Well, there's my new fridge. Just took delivery of it just after midday Wednesday. Only a day since I actually ordered it on eBay. And because I did it with eBay, I got a $50 voucher off the price, which meant that the delivery cost me $9. So that's pretty damn good, because Harvey Norman wanted to charge $141 to deliver a fridge from the city. So this is through the Good Guys. It all appears to be okay. It's covered with a crap load of styrofoam. It was a real squeeze getting this thing through the front door, I'll tell you. I was a bit worried for a second there, but if you got one of those larger fridges that they've got these days, I don't know how people get them into their houses. They'd have to have a special folding doors or two sliding doors or something that gives wide access. Otherwise, you wouldn't get into your house. So that's great. So I've got to say that that the Good Guys came through with good customer service. The driver rang me before they turned up, half hour, and I got a call from a lady there yesterday. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what's happened. So thumbs up to the Good Guys. Please support the old channel by giving me thumbs up and commenting and subscribing if you feel inclined. That would be wonderful. So thanks for that. It's a beautiful day, and I'm going to be spending a portion of it unpacking. Fingers crossed it all works perfectly well, because I've got my old fridge behind there, and that's a bit of a crappy fridge with poor seals and door seals, and I just needed an update. So this one set me back around about $860 all up, I think. So not bad for a new fridge. I could get it cheaper on through Marketplace on Facebook, but I couldn't find this particular model or one like it. So they're all big mothers that were online yesterday. Quite a few just cropped up out of nowhere. I hadn't seen so many fridges for sale. Typical, as soon as I buy one, then all the second-hand ones come available. That's life, I guess. Well, it's another Thursday and another trip to Cairns. Just got my big ass 503 litre fridge delivered yesterday. So that went quite smoothly and didn't have a glitch with that one. It looked as though I wasn't going to get a new fridge on the weekend, because I'd tried with Better, and they were stuffing me around with matching prices and working out delivery and a whole lot of stuff, and there's supposed to be free delivery online apparently, but when you contacted the local store, they said there wasn't. So I gave them the flick because I would have to pay more money up front and then wait for a rebate, which is messy. I don't like that. And Harvey Norman was selling it for $8.48, which was the discount price. But the trouble is their delivery charge was $141. So that was just right over the top. So I decided to explore eBay, and I went on to eBay and I found that same unit through the Good Guys being advertised for $8.48, but there's also a $50 bonus that you get off that price by using eBay, and the actual delivery charge is $59. So in effect, it's a $9 delivery charge, which is pretty damn good. So I tried doing that online, but I couldn't get to the payment screen. There was a technical glitch, and that was on the weekend. So I thought, oh, everything's working against me getting this new fridge. So on Tuesday, I decided to have another go at eBay, and funnily enough, it did work, because I sent a message to the Good Guy saying I'd had a problem trying to pay for it, but I don't recall receiving a reply from them. Unless they replied at eBay itself. I hadn't checked that. Maybe they did. But anyway, the second time round it worked. And not only that, later that day, on Tuesday, I got a call from the Good Guys. A lady rang me up and said, well, if you like, we can deliver it to you the following day. And I said, yep, that's fine. So, and that's what happened. The delivery guy rang me about half hour before they got to my address, and they turned up, and 2 guys deposited into my kitchen. It took me a while to get all the packaging off, but it seems to be working fine. Well, I'm heading off to the GP in Trinity Beach. Just going to get a flu shot and maybe some sleeping pills. Haven't been sleeping particularly well since I've come back from overseas. And again, last night woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning and didn't get much sleep after that, so a bit deprived. But yesterday was quite a productive day in one way. I was quite shocked that I had to go to the hospital, got the usual stuff done and got out at a reasonable hour, although I had to wait about 25 minutes for a bus. I just missed one. You know you're having bad luck when you just miss the bus. That's actually the only one that's on time today, because all the others were late, and if that one had been late I would have got it, but wasn't to be, so had to hang around for about 20 minutes. Actually, there's a woman waiting at the bus stop. She was complaining about the same thing, saying she has absolutely no luck at that particular bus stop. So yeah, not sure what the story is there, but yeah, not good. So, but things picked up once I got to Smithfield. When I got there about midday, and I decided, look, I've just got to get this crap sorted with the Commbank about my debit card. And apparently, well, the weirdest thing is I walked into the branch and there was no one waiting. I actually got to see someone straight away. I mean, that's a miracle. And that was just the beginning of lunch hour on a Thursday. So the gods were looking kindly down upon me there, even though I'd had trouble with the buses. It didn't matter. That was a huge bonus. And I really find them very helpful at the branch. So the girl helped me out, and she went through everything and said that my account had been flagged, presumably because of the fraud that had taken place over 18 months ago. But it wasn't a major issue. She contacted that particular section, and they were happy to take that flag off. And apparently it is what I do have is a debit card, but I haven't been able to use it, and I think that restriction has stopped me from using it, because I went back home after that. I was there for about an hour, and she made a couple of phone calls, and she put through an application for a Mastercard version of the key card, which you can use internationally, because that's what I really need. The other version is just for domestic purchases online, and that's not good enough for me, because I might want to book a flight with someone like Vietjet, and I can't do that unless I've got a card that's either Mastercard or Visa. Although, having said that, I've got a debit card from ANZ that's a Visa card, but that won't work with Vietjet. I had to use the actual one that's a credit card. So work that out. I don't know why my ugly mug was there. Jeez, this camera's doing some strange things. Anyway, yeah, so I basically... she's put the application through for me, and I got an email to confirm that. So I'll get a Mastercard version of their debit card, so I should be able to use that. But I've got a sneaky suspicion the old debit card had been stopped because of that flagging that they'd put on. And actually, so the security area didn't give us stuff. They were happy to remove that flag, so there's no restrictions. So, in contrast to the phone call I got from when I put the complaints through, I got a return phone call from a guy who was just an arsehole. He just had no flexibility. It was about the same issue. All he told me was that there was a restriction placed on the card. He didn't do anything to remove it or contact anybody like they did at branch. So there's just zero customer service from the complaints people, and they should be resolving issues. If you get to put a complaint in and they don't do anything about it, well, yeah, I think that's pretty piss poor. But like I said, the people at Branch, I was very happy with, and the manager was there as well, and she even recognised me, which is amazing because I've only been in there a few times. I don't make a habit of it, that's for sure, but she's got a good memory. So yeah, I was very impressed with the people there, and so that worked out well. And I got my shopping done and got home at a reasonable hour, and didn't get the school bus. That was the other good thing, because you get there a little later, around 3ish, you're going to cop all the school kids. So I didn't do that either, so that was good. So it was good to get that resolved. But then I had a major shock when I got home. I went down to the rear of the property where my compost bin's located, just to throw out a bit of stuff. And I lift the lid, and there's a bloody swarm of bees that have set up shop in the compost bin. Now, I check it every day, and the previous day there was no sign of any bees at all, but the bloody place, the compost bin was absolutely saturated with bees buzzing around, swarming. And I think I even got bitten by one, funnily enough, in my right foot, in one of my toes. So I got a bit of a painful bite. Only lasted about an hour, and then the pain receded quite a bit. But strange place to be bitten, because I thought they'd go for some, limbs or something like that, but maybe I stepped on one. And they might be the Asian variety of bees, and they're not good apparently. They don't want them in this area. They're pests, and so that's not the sort of insect that they want to see in this area, because they cause problems with native bees. And to my knowledge, I think native bees don't sting, but the Asian ones apparently are aggressive. They do sting, and they're smaller than the European bumblebee. So that's probably what I've encountered there, I'd say. So, I mean, I suppose it's good to have bees around the house with, as far as pollination of flowers is concerned, and maybe that's what's attracted them, because I've got a few flowers on my property now. But they didn't get into the other compost bin, which is more of a standard design. The one they got into is one I bought online. I'm still not quite sure how they got in there, but I suppose they went through a slit down the bottom, because the lid is fairly secure. But as soon as I lifted it, I could just see this, hear this incredible buzz, and see all these bees doing whatever they're doing, presumably setting up a hive. So I've got to make the decision, do I get someone around to remove them? But that could cost a fortune. You can apparently smoke them out. So there are ways of getting rid of them. If I remove the top, they may be dissuaded from staying there, because they need an enclosed area. So if I could do that. The trouble is with that particular top, it'll flip open, but it won't stay open, because any wind will just shut it again. So yeah, I've had compost bins for years, but I've never encountered a beehive in one of them. But there you go. And the second compost bin I used today is clear. There's no insects at all there. So that's fine. Unfortunately, it's about just after 1 o'clock. So it's quite warm this time of the day to do this walk. I would have preferred to have done it in the morning, but doesn't matter. It's good exercise, and I certainly do need it. I'm just not walking anywhere, doing enough exercise around. Still haven't been to the beach since coming back from OS. I did actually do some research on, I might go back later this year, back to Vietnam, but I might do it via Bali. The positive about that is it's slightly cheaper to do it that way than to go all the way down to Brisbane and then get a connecting flight to Saigon, but the downside is I have to pay $50 for a visa. It's ridiculous because I only want to stay one day in Bali, just stay one night there and then get the next flight to Saigon the next day. But I'd have to go through 2 lots of immigration. But apparently immigration is not a major issue at Bali Airport these days. They've streamlined it quite a bit, and there's automatic gates and things, so it's not too difficult. And overall it is cheaper than doing the long haul from Brisbane, and it means I'm in the air a lot longer if I do the Brisbane flight, because I can fly all the way down from Cairns to Brisbane, which is a 2-hour flight, and then it's like about a 9-hour flight to Saigon. The only good thing about it is it turns up really early in the morning, so it's a great time to get organised with your mobile, my SIM card and all that other stuff. The flight from Denpasar doesn't get in until about 4:30 in the afternoon, so it might be a bit tight trying to get the SIM card and everything arranged on that day. I don't know, but I'll probably just stay fairly central, so I won't need to get a taxi or anything that night, because I'll just book a place that's near the bus depot, and so I can just walk from there to where I'm staying. So I could do that. But yeah, it cost me about $450 to $500 for that flight to Vietnam, using what did I calculate, with Jetstar on the first leg to Denpasar, and I've got a $50 voucher off Jetstar too, so they'll cut that off too, cut down the fare by that margin, and then from Denpasar to Saigon would be Vietjet. And last time I tried using my debit card with Vietjet, it didn't work. I had to well, I gave up and booked Jetstar, as it turned out, and that happened to be the Jetstar flight that got cancelled. So if I had actually just switched across and used my credit card, which is also a Visa, from the same bank, so both ANZ cards, I'm sure that would have worked, allowed the transaction to go through. Very strange. I can't work it out. I mean, if it's got a Visa on it or a Mastercard, you should be able to use it internationally. Shouldn't make any difference where the company's located. But anyway, whew. But yeah, it was good to get that banking out of the way, and I don't know if I'll be able to get a credit card through the Commbank. That was sort of left up in the air, so I'm not sure what the situation there is. I don't want to apply for it again, because if I do, I'll get knocked back because I don't have the income. I'd have to come up with an arrangement so they'd cut back my redraw or something to give me that wiggle room. I'm certainly not going to get rid of my ANZ credit card until I know that I'm set up with Commbank. In a way, it's nice to have a couple of banks when you travel overseas. I mean, I could still keep the debit card with ANZ and just cancel the credit card, because I think it's about $35 fee each year, so just to avoid paying that. And I just don't want to have to deal with 2 banks, especially ANZ. They're a pain to deal with. I got things sorted last time, but they should have contacted me before just putting a hold on my my debit and credit cards. There's just no notification. Just so unprofessional. Anyway, yeah, once bitten, twice shy, as they say. I don't know, it may sound a bit strange for me to actually contemplate using Jetstar again, but I've got a $50 voucher with them, flight voucher. I've got to use that anyway. And the good thing about going to Denpasar is that you only got like about 2 4-hour flights to get to Saigon, so You don't have that really long, sort of long haul flight. It's just a couple of, I'd say 4 hours is very much a medium flight for me, and not an issue. So just hopefully they don't cancel it. That would be the major hassle, of course. They could cancel and I'd still be okay, because because I've got the flight the next day is in the afternoon anyway, so I could still make it to the connecting flight. That's why I think it's safer just to stay in there. I've got to pay for a damn visa anyway, so I might as well stay a night near the airport in Denpasar. I've got no great attraction to Bali, got to say. I mean, I really do want to go to Vietnam, so we'll see. And I might be a bit more creative about where I go in Vietnam too. I mean, I'd like to go back to Da Nang, although it could be a bit nippy that time of year. I'll have to work that one out. There's another town close at, what's it called? Quynon. Quyynhon. And that's in between Nha Trang and Da Nang, so it's a bit warmer. It's a bit further south than Da Nang, so but I think it'd be very quiet. Maybe worth checking out for a week. Mainly Asian tourists go there, so there's only about apparently there's only about 100 expats there, so it's quite a small expat population. So the chance of interacting there's not so great, although apparently there's a bar in town that's run by an Australian woman, so that could be a good watering hole to go to. But I think the food there'd be excellent prices, beautiful beach, and the accommodation's just dirt cheap. That's one problem with Da Nang. It's like I've noticed that the prices have jumped up quite a bit. I think I was lucky getting that property when I did, because I think it's solidly booked out now. Tayan Hotel Apartments. It's a very popular place. Although they're going to be built out, there's going to be a tall building built which will block the sea view. So right now it's good, but it will be unfortunately degraded by that. Whew. Oh, I'm surviving okay with this walk. It's not too bad. No breeze. There's not many clouds in the sky, so copping a bit of sun, but like I say, I do really need to have a walk. And one thing I couldn't get yesterday at Woolworths is ginger beer. They're totally out of it. No ginger beer or ginger ale. So there goes my dark and stormies, unless I can find an alternative. I can go to the Night Owl store in the Coast Watchers shopping centre where the GP's located. But they're pretty expensive, so I'll see what they want for it. If it's less than $3, I might buy it, but if it's going to be over that, it's too much, because you get it for $1.30 from the supermarkets. Now that's all sorted. Had my flu shot and got some more sleeping pills, at least a script for it. Almost lost the bloody script. It came out of my bag, and luckily a fellow shopper, she alerted me to the fact it was on the ground, so she even picked it up for me, so it was nice of her. So that would have been bad. I just went to the GP to get a script and lost it virtually outside the door of the doctor's. God, the traffic down here is heavy. It's a busy road, this. Yeah, so I checked out Night Owl for the prices of ginger ale. It's just ridiculous. It's about, they've got the Kirks there, and they're about $5.30 or $5.50, something like that, for a 1.25 litre bottle. And you get the same sort of thing at Coles for $1.30. Just throwing away money. It's a big store, and there must be a lot of people who just do that. They pay ridiculous amounts. I might see if I can pick some up from Coles if Sid's up to going to happy hour later. I could pick it up on the way back if we go down to if we go up to Palm Cove. but I'm not sure how he's going. Unlike me, he had a bad reaction to flu shots. I generally just get a little bit of soreness in the arm, but yeah, he was feeling reasonably crook. So hopefully he's picked up, and we might head off today. It's a beautiful day to go out and have a drink. And he might better give me some advice on managing my bee swarm. So we'll see. Yeah, I saw the GP that he recommended. She was fine, but she didn't go through my whole history, medical history, where she did with Sid. Maybe he'd actually prompted her to do that. I'm not sure, but yeah, one thing she did say is interesting, because I've had this cough. She said, forget about cough medicine, it's useless. So it's quite interesting to hear that. She didn't think very much of it at all. It's because I just take anti-colds, and they give me a moderate amount of relief, but it doesn't long last, and she just obviously thinks it's a waste of money getting cough syrup. Anyway, got to go down and get the bus. Yeah, the weather's been a lot more benign for doing things like gardening. I've been doing a lot of seed planting into pots, and I got some new seeds yesterday, and I've just planted them this morning, so that was quite conscientious of me. Usually I'd leave them sitting around for weeks before I got on my arse and done something about it. But this time of year you need to move quickly, especially with the veggies. These ones are ornamental, but so there's no great rush with them, but the sooner you get them in the soil, the faster they're going to germinate. And most of the plants have germinated, that the seeds that I did plant the other day. So when I say other day, a week or so ago. And most of them are germinating, so that's good. The question will be whether the snow peas will bear any edible fruit this year, or not fruit, but vegetables, I suppose you call them, in the veggie category. So we'll see. Still haven't gone down to the beach. God, I'm slack. I live near a beach and I don't go anywhere near it. But the garden's actually reasonably tidy at the moment. A lot of the fronds have been finally got rid of. Most of them have been mulched. So the garage is looking reasonably okay. Oh, that place, I think I saw that on the market last week and it's already sold. I get the impression that properties are going to go pretty fast around here. I think the market's pretty healthy, but it's just a guesswork. Of course, with the interest rate drops, it's just throwing accelerant onto the fire, in my opinion, because the economy's... Yeah, I mean, the housing market really doesn't need that big a boost, I would have thought. I think my luck with coordinating the 110 bus and the 111's finished. I'm going to get some exercise and just walk home. Pretty sure I just missed that bus. The 110 came incredibly late, so by the time I'm pretty close to home, the bus might be showing up. But again, get some exercise. I'm hoping the framing of the this camera's better, because I changed the settings for the gimbal, and it's looking pretty rock steady right now. It looks good. So I wish I'd done that when I was OS. Maybe the settings had been changed on me or something, because it seemed to be really bad when I was on my Vietnam trip, but and back here, but right now it's looking perfect. So I'm not sure, but I don't have much luck with technology. My my phone keeps switching itself, keeps turning off the alarm for phone calls coming in, so it's muted most of the time, and I don't know why. It's a pain in the ass. And it also has changed the settings to do not disturb, saying yes, which means you don't get any notifications. So yeah, I wouldn't be getting another Motorola phone, I'll tell you. I'm not really impressed. I might get a Samsung, we'll see how it goes. But I'm still probably got a year or two left in this one. But I think people probably change their phones maybe 5 years, maybe 2 years. Some people do it pretty frequently just to keep up with the technology or have the newest and best and what have you. But yeah, no, it seems to be looking okay. I'm looking at the screen here and the framing's good, so happy with that. I'll be fairly hot and sweaty when I get home. Got a bit of weight. I finally got some ginger beer from Woolworths. They've been out of stock for weeks. It just seems to be the way things are these days. Have shortages all the time. The golden years before the COVID, they're not going to be returning by the looks of things. Well, I'm walking back home and I didn't have to walk the whole distance. There was a bus actually waiting at the Kawara beach shops. I was very lucky to catch it, but obviously the 110 bus had been so late that the 111 bus, which was waiting there, had time to do the whole circuit throughout the suburb and reconfigure the computer for the return leg. So I must have missed him by about 5-10 minutes in the highway. But no big deal. I got a bit of a walk to the shops and that's good. I need a bit of exercise and I didn't have to do the long leg, so I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, that worked out well. I'm getting home at a reasonable hour because there's a guy waiting for the bus. He got off at the same stop as me and he's waiting for the 111 by the looks of things, and he'll be waiting at least another 20-25 minutes longer than me. So it's worth doing that walk down to the shops just in case. And today luck was on my side. I think he was just about to pull off, and I think he was pulling off, and I yelled out and he actually heard me. Thank God. So whew, that was a good save, and I can go home and finally relax. This should be good. I forgot to get everything except my muesli. I remember to get everything, I should say, except my muesli. But I might have a Coles delivery this week, so I'll do it that way.